Hi everyone, my name is Ruan Wei. I completed my master's program in sports management in 2018 at Western and continue my doctoral study in the PhD program in the Department of Human Performance and Health Education. I'm currently in my third year and working on my two graduate certificates in applied statistics and mixed method research on road to pursuing a PhD. I have been a Bronco for 6 years and have been a graduate teaching assistant for 5 years. That means the time I have been at Western as an instructor has counted as over 80% of my student life in WMU. My near future goal is to find a faculty job in higher education institution. So, to further explore my passion for becoming an educator, I picked teaching and student success as my pathway. As a teaching assistant in the past semesters, I regularly saw students who had struggled with their coursework as approaching to the end of semester. When the COVID-19 pandemic started, I noticed that their stress level got higher. So I recognized that my compassion and flexibility will be greatly needed to support their success. The reason I selected my graduate teaching from Spring 2020 as my PEK experience is because that was the first time that we had to move our physical education from face to online in one badminton class. Instead of a final exam, I asked my students to record their final presentation with skills demonstration. They need to cover one of their various skills they learned in this class. As I will their discussions on peers' presentations, their funny nicknames and creative ideas had brought much joy to the whole class. Owing to lack of equipment at home, many of them were very creative and used their cooking pans or self-made rackets or shuttlecock as their teaching equipment. Some of them wear their Halloween costumes or dress up to be a badminton master or badminton queen. I didn't require this, but their creativity and humor brought much needed happiness to this class during the COVID-19 pandemic, a time that was frightening and stressful for most people. After hearing the best memory that they had during the class, I could say they all had built up very deep friendships beyond being just classmates. Their productivity, appreciation, respect, and care made many unforgettable experiences to the whole class. Via the presentations, they also demonstrated their learning outcomes throughout the semester and were obviously proud of their personal achievements by the end, which I'm proud of too. Owing to the COVID-19 pandemic, many of us had experienced depression, panic, and anxiety. As an instructor, it was my responsibility to not only teach my students skills, but also to support my students to go through hard times and modify the lesson to keep them mentally and physically engaged. Any immediate responses from my side to their questions and concerns were able to significantly reduce their stress level and anxiety. Even though the spring semester 2020 semester was impacted, it was unforgettable in both difficult and positive ways. My PEK experience allowed me to recognize how powerful humanity, care, and support are between instructor and students. My students made me feel, as an instructor, every second I spent on them was meaningful, and every effort I put into their learning was worthwhile. And I will continue my passion and dedication for inclusive teaching and learning throughout my future teaching career. Thank you for listening.